And there we go. Okay, so we're back with more Endwalker. And that's okay, so ooh, that's cute. Yeah. Let's see what these guys are going on. Okay, so okay. Ranjay appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway's Burrow. The only thing I really looked up is when you get the dog mount. Apparently, you get it once you completely finish the MSQ. That was, and I really don't blame Pop Dog or whoever that told me not to, I guess, be careful or whatever, or that didn't want to say anything. Wonder what Ranjay's doing. Ranjay ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Uh-oh. Really? Follow Ranjay from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed, or if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. Okie dokie. Oh shoot. Fuck. Oh damn it. I messed up. I got too close too fast. Damn it. Okay. But at least now I didn't mean to do that though, damn it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I know. Just fuck on. Hmm. I don't fucking understand why he's trying. What the fuck he's trying to hide. Whatever it. PF up for fate grind. No. I'm not gonna fucking do that shit. Oh no.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascients. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity? Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Oh.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Uh-oh. In truth, my reason for traveling hither affect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone, that failure, should it come, would be mine to bear it alone. Standeth before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity. So I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? Your Majesty is quite glad for company. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a plan, and in truth, we shall not be long away from Bethways Borough. Difficult decisions must be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Eris. To make clear our resolve to the Loporits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. And no, it's my car. Yes, I'm riding a Kirby. And an abundance of longwood. It's I chanced to spy this aggregation across the erstwhile prison, using a spell taught to me by Numa. I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic required considerable concentration, however. Might it prevail upon me to watch whilst I perform the incantation? Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. You've got opportunity to see how Uriel J is faring. Uriel J remains fixated on his work. There, tis done. A magic ink, every ounce as efficacious as crafted by the new rare occasion. I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of preternatural properties, but its hue is one of my own choosing, which I pray it will appreciate. Luna, around J. Oh, thank goodness. I thought you had been eaten or had perhaps fallen into a crate. Ursula has been looking all over for you, Luna. She says she needs to speak to you about something most dire even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with you alone, which means I'm afraid you must keep behind, Granche. But worry not, if it just so happens errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's palace to Bestface Borough. It's quite large and scary, even too heavy for efforts, and we would be ever so grateful if you a hand. That's suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating I would betray the chosen, or worse, do anything to risk getting on Yashol's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor me to wait. Now, off with you. Worry not, Luna. I shan't be long. It's just too suspicious how he... it's just too fucking suspicious, damn it. Way too suspicious. The reason why I say it's that suspicious, because it's like it came out of left field. Pretty much is what happened. No. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. We thought you would be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Away, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest? There's a oasis looking down. Well, Suresh, I was thinking you should here maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Sorry. Well, it's really that important. You can try using these balls of mouse flesh. Moose flesh? Not to be confused with the other thing. Running Away's other notable feature is incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective, he was here in greatest Endvale when last I saw him. I will find him. Search for runners for Running Away with the camera as well as zoom in and out. Right and throw the spells with R2 or X. Ow! That's what if this was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me with your balls or moose flesh? I am highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's ridiculous. I've heard since I woke up who told you that joke. If you've got time to in the final days to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Hyland did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Laperite around here. That's probably why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert. Better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry, I couldn't be more help. But there's nothing else. I've work to do. And I'm off. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. What did you fear? So he knows no more than the others? Care to explain yourself growingly? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered too. Afraid of drawing a blank though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, was in the shade earlier, but did he say when he will be returning? Oh, he on his way, possibly living way? Between growing and our lack of other things, maybe our time would be better spent later on Jay and what? Now hold on a minute. Did all come back to me? Yes, I remember. Looking for it is in the archives. That's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including to the final days. Harder than that. Growing is fidgeting with nervous energy, but is it from excitement or worry? Oh, what to do? I promised living way I would help, but no, I promised I'd help. So that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Loperids are up to something, but if there's aught to be learned of the final days, I think if it would be best to play along for now. I'm tempted to just change to Viera or back to Kitty. Okay, so I need 6 more and then quests. And with the quests, I can pretty much do those, accept those and do those anytime. And oh. Oh, fuck. Why'd I do that for? Just fucking bring me here. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing way enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you all know. Did you yourselves not tell us? We must act quickly. Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Etheris, and running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. You'd see the wonders offered, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. One of you saw our potential, so you must be kept here. Ah, so that's Living Ways' game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Uriel J. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Etheris and her reflection to their doom. If there is a way to final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. Etheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe. We'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. Knock these ones out. Split up and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argus awaits outside. Okay. Oh my god, you little... Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Atheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. It is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Atheris is boundless and pure.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Atheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly. To serve and serve well. That goes for all of us. Don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Atheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Pudding?
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of Fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And living way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer, the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
Oh my god, this is so
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
that flower. How came it into your possession? How very like her. Guided by his light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growing Way and the others.
But of course! we welcome more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charleyan Forum, yes?
How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
It was a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink, to serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all our fellow scions. When next I return to Atheris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Your excursion on the moon concluded. You are still keen to return to Atheris. With the labyrinth in Urianche's capable hands, we need to worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the fates of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. I'm sure your curiosity about warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where, in what manner, the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed. Though, we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. In my first things first, Camp Broken Glass. It's good to see you all again. New words for your adventure. I hope we've done what we can for now. And believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. Before we do, why don't you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the tempered babble. We took many alive, but combined with those who were in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alvino and Alice's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent events, in light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavnir. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten their endeavor, the beast tribes have received instruction in the magic needed to cure tempering. Master Matoria is no doubt thrilled the mother Porxia affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful to her for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here, so what of the Moon and the Telophoroi? I'm sorry. Sleepy. I'm gonna stop the stream at probably 3 in the morning. The final days, gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Will you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We will also release your fellow scions from their present duties, that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mrs. Kyle, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiac, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wished to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they find him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one, an admirable but futile endeavor. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. Aye, you are the only foe he considers worthy. And even if my men found him, but you could even hope to bring low that monster. Pray, forget I'm entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Oh shit. Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlene. Ooh, this is getting interesting. Well, it's been interesting the whole damn time. Okay, so speak with Crown at the Wolfenstein Annex. Okay. Ba-da-ba. Okay, so now, oh, my sound is all janked. Okay, so I'm going to do this real quick. I think I shoved. I think I shoved everything into one of my Yeah, I did. To be, you know what? The other thing I forgot to do that I wanted to do was actually, no, I don't want this outfit now. I need to be honest, I'm tempted to just redo all my damn glamours. For you. I'm tempted, yeah. It's kind of funny how he just, yeah. Okay, so okay, so where is it? Yeah, that was the one. I was gonna do that one, but I didn't want that one. I wanted this one. Just because this one is cool and all. Yes. Because I didn't want the hood anymore. I really didn't want the hood. I want to do a disheveled shell woman that there are no shines to people. Aw. That's cute. I like how the table's in the back. Yeah. Okay. And voila! New hairstyle. Oh. Oh. You know what? I like this outfit better. This one looks way better. Yeah. I can redo my. It's all just a state of mind. Okay. Welcome back, Luna. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain, I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Heidelin called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream, barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether, so exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. With that, I could laugh at a time like this. Though, we prevented Zodiac from being unleashed. On the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Okay, so this one. I just like the two-tone stuff you don't see often, which is actually why I like it. Wait for your commerce to arrive. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Luna can explain why better than I. The final days, as befell Emerald. And we are to escape via the moon? What are the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Emerald, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning zodiacs, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Emeratans, sorry, I don't know how to say that, could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Emeratans' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the form, then. Having worked with the labyrinths in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I have urgent news. The forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. I don't like this. If they're giving a public announcement, I really don't like it. I don't. But like I said, hopefully I'll be able to broadcast my damn streams better soon. They don't understand what the hell is going on either. What the heck?
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly.
Okay, this day we must speak of grave affairs and the implications for the future of Charlene, nay, of this very star. Okay, so that's what it said. Sorry, I had to... Uh-oh.
You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
So, but what the hell?
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Oh shit.
Very well. 270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children, and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
But at the same time, like, they have homes and families here. Why would they want to find a new one and start over?
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
That's a load of ball.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus.
Hello, Amy. Hello, Amy Campbell. How are you?
For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
A Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Punch him,
Though we
please.
cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlemagne, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
And you're a dumbass for doing that shit to your children. Disowning. Mm-hmm.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? Having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
To be honest, I'm highly tempted to Fantasia back into a kitty. I miss being a kitty. It's either I was gonna go back to kitty or I was gonna go back to the I've never really been elven though. I wonder what she's gonna be for Endwalker. I mean, Penny. Yeah. I wonder. Yep. Nope. Oh, damn. Oh. Yeah, I know I'm cool. Oh, ooh. Oh, that must be the level 89 set then. Cryle tells me the farm made a rather momentous announcement, so there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Ball. The realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me? I ask myself, why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality of or lack thereof. We're here and we'll get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant run a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Yes. And ironically, I'm nowhere near. I'm still on the 54 quests. I mean, 84? Yeah. Sorry, it's weird. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh boy, that's bad. A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? Alice? I assumed it was Alice because I like Alice. I figured.
Craving a midnight snack, were you? I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an appropriate occasion. I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind. I know it's late, so I'll try not to talk your ear off. It's Xenos. I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least. and one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should. It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
Oh. Whoops. I figured. A short while earlier in the Alan Egan quarter. Oh boy.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsabar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while, yeah. But to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Meanwhile, in Ishgard. Whew.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here?
Oh, that's not good.
Hey, are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Because it is. The towers are gone. Uh-oh. Oh shit. The towers are gone and everything. But, oh shoot. Okay, so, come on. Okay, so, yeah, I think I'm gonna go bunny. Ooh. Oh wait, is that the, yep. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm definitely going back to bunny. Oh yeah. Yep. Welcome back, Luna. Ready for a nap? Or tired you? I'm higher. Wait. What do I get with that, now that I think about it? I'm curious. Lighting way. Moonwalker. Okay. I like getting titles, okay? And I'm curious as well. Okay, so... I'm gonna... Okay. I know I'm being wishy-washy, but... Nah, I know I'm being wishy-washy, sorry. Just can't help it. And hopefully I actually got a damn computer. Use that fucking computer. I forgot I had this one. I love this one. I'm gonna use this one for a while. Yeah, this was the hairstyle I originally had on my character. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be spending a few. Okay, so. Oh, that's not what I wanted. No. That wasn't it. Oh. Yeah, that was it. Oh. No. Gonna save that a minute. Cause I'm trying to. Let me just keep the fucking dye for. The black dye on me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to being Kitty. Or Bunny, one of the two. Whichever one I feel like it, to be honest. No, not what. No, How can I? No. Those aren't it either. No. No. Is that it? No. No. I'm trying to there's like one thing I'm looking for and I can't seem to find it. No. No. I'm trying to find the damn. No. That one net either. Was it that? No. This is fucking not this shirt. I'm looking for something. Sorry if it's taking me a minute. No. You know what? I think where was it? Was that it? That may have been it. To be honest, this shirt reminds me of Laguna from, yeah, it reminds me of Laguna from FF8. I know I should have done this before Endwalker fucking came out. I know. Oh. Yeah. We created it. Meh. Oh. Okay, so one more question, then I'm gonna call it a night. Just one more. Oh. That's new. Or at least I didn't notice it. Okay, so. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Skies aflame. Tataru is furrowing her brow in concentration. Oh, Luna. I was just about to call for you. I'm afraid we've received another call for assistance. This one comes from Rajahan. The others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. We must join them at once. Okay. Yeah, I know I changed my hair and my outfit again. But, nah, I can be fickle. Ah, there you are. Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact in Rodzat. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Good gods, are the final days already upon us? It would appear so. Sadly, that is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people of Rodzat are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Agreed. Cryo, it is best to remain here with Tataru and gather what knowledge you can. You are in no condition for a long journey, I imagine. Very well. Similar phenomena may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, I must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Let us make first for Gildamat. We must prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead. Okay, so I just wanted to start this one really. But I may finish it.
And lo, vile beasts did rise. Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas. And our sins ascend unto the heavens. Three dooms to unmake all we were.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Rodzat themselves transformed into these baleful fiends. Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The large one's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra? Vitra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Yedlin. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Everyone has a simple jest. I thank you for lending us your aid. Battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around to the north side of the island. There you will find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. It is a sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Ritra and the Radiant Host have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. To be honest, I'm tempted to go back to being Kate. Vanaspati, not accessible. Okay, so this is actually where I will leave it for now, because it is 3:15 in the morning, my time, and I don't want to stay up too much later. So, but don't get me wrong, I will be back, because I am having fun. I'm having fun doing this, so just bear with me a bit. I'm trying to sort out my PS4's racing issue as well. So, but I will end it here. And next time we will be taking on the dungeon Vanaspati. So I will I will see y'all in the next stream, and may the fury bless and keep you. Bye bye.